Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel and to my videos, and to everyone who's been getting personal readings from me. If you're interested in a personal reading, the link to my website is in the description below, also as well as a link to my Instant Go. And just a reminder, I now have on my website the same deal I have on Instagram, where you can get a same day question answered, one question, 3 tarot cards for $10. So you can do that through my website now. And the only other thing is, for the remainder of September, I still have 10% off all of my readings. So if you're interested in a reading, you still have a week to take advantage of that. And yeah, so I hope you guys have been doing well and you had a good week. I mentioned this already in the Divine Masculine version of this reading, that synchronicities have gone down a lot. I'm still getting some numbers, but I used to get a lot of feathers. That has went down a lot, but my dreams have been quite interesting and intense, and a lot of involvement with my DM. So that's been kind of a bit of a shift, but other than that, just really focusing on myself and focusing on certain goals that I have. So let me know how you guys have been feeling as well this last week or so. This reading is going to be for the Divine Feminine to see where they're at. I'm going to be using my Oshos and Tarot cards and then clarifying with my other tarot decks over here. We're going to get one card for the kind of mind headspace of the Divine Feminine, another for the heart space, and then a last one for the action of the Divine Feminine. So let's go ahead and get started. Energy of the Divine Feminine. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Divine Feminine. Wow, this isn't your card, but I also wanted to see what flew out, and it was the Beyond Illusion card, which was the bottom of the deck for the Divine Masculine. So let's see what's going on. Divine Feminine energy. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Mind card. Now, I actually haven't gotten this card in a reading before, but my immediate reaction is, like, if you can see this person, this woman, has, like, all this stuff going on in her mind, and it almost looked like these are, like, pieces of brick wall coming out of her hair. So it feels like there's a blockage in the mind, there's confusion. But not necessarily confusion, like, I don't know what to do next, but, like, my mind is full of ideas and nothing's concrete. So I'm going to actually look in the book real quick to see if there's anything that I can mention before we get started for this reading. This may be... Okay. So let's see. Yeah, so like I said, the head is filled with mechanisms, the mouth is ranting and raving, and the whole surrounding atmosphere is being polluted by this factory of arguments and opinions. it's about being stuck in your head, your mind being kind of clouded by all of these other things going on, and it's like it makes you feel stuck. It makes you feel like you don't know what to do because there's literally so much is occupying your mind, almost like overthinking. It's like some divine feminine may be too trapped in their mind, feel like they have 1,000,005 things to do that they're not taking time to actually process and prioritize what is actually worth their energy. And I feel like this came out recently for the divine feminine again in recent readings that I've done, needing to prioritize or rather deprioritize certain things that are just taking up space in your mind, taking up energy, and leaving you confused, leaving you feel like you have 1,000,000 things to do but can't do anything to the highest level or the way you want it to go. And underneath that is the politics card, exhaustion, yep, projections, possibilities. So yeah, it's like your mind right now, divine feminine, some of you are filled with like, what am I supposed, with like ideas of having, ideas of things that you feel like people are expecting you to do, projections over that, in general, just your tiredness, but your mind is still spinning, the gears are still spinning in your head. So it's making you exhausted. It's making you like almost like your mind wants to explode or something. So let's see what's going on with this. So again, we're going to do the mind space, the head space, the heart space, and then the action for the divine feminine. So let's take a look. Okay, so with the mind space of the divine feminine, we have abundance. So some of you divine feminine may be overthinking and having 1,000,000 gears spinning because you're trying to figure out a way to be successful at something. You're trying to figure out a way to receive your just rewards, to receive the, and I keep getting acknowledgement, and I feel like this is something we got for you a few weeks ago, divine feminine. But you're trying to figure out a way to get to your abundance, a way to get to your happiness, a way to get to a stage where you have all the things you need. And this is very things for me right now. Like sometimes abundance can be like that emotional abundance, but I feel like this is very material. Like this guy is super comfortable with his robe open, just kind of chillaxing at the water, having everything he needs around him. I feel like divine feminine, I feel like some of you are trying to figure out how to get stability, how to have success in your life, career-wise, but I feel like more than just being like career, how can I be successful at my job, I feel like there's a good number of divine feminine who are thinking about abundance from a more spiritual aspect in terms of like, what's my soul's purpose? Why am I here on this planet? What am I really meant to be doing? Like, what is my inner calling, my soul's calling for, like, what is the work I'm supposed to be doing? And so some of you are either figuring that out now, or if you've already figured out, you're trying to figure out how to establish it in a way where you can have abundance in a comfortable lifestyle while still following your soul's calling. And you know, if you're a healer, doing things regarding that. If you're supposed to be teaching and helping people in a different way, figuring out how to make that an actionable and grounded real thing in your life where you can do your soul's purpose and also receive abundance and, you know, material comfortability, basically. So okay, so what is this abundance card about for what the divine feminine is thinking about? Abundance for the divine feminine. Okay, 5 of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the 6 of Cups. So I feel like some divine feminine are thinking about, you know, I want to be successful. Some of them are thinking about abundance from a relationship point of view, but I feel like it's more, like I said, about your career path, your soul's path, and the work that you're meant to be doing. Some Divine Feminine are feeling like things have not worked out for me in the past. I feel like people have let me down. How am I supposed to get to this abundance? There are things that you have to overcome. And I feel like with this Five of Swords, it's like the Divine Feminine is feeling like, I want this abundance. I have all of these thoughts in my mind for maybe expectations of things I should or shouldn't be doing. I'll put this right here. But I'm thinking about abundance and I'm focusing on getting abundance in my life. But with this Five of Swords, some Divine Feminine are rebounding right now from a not so great situation, whether it's rebounding from things with your Divine Masculine and saying, you know what, I'm leaving that behind to focus on my abundance, or it's rebounding from some other negative situation in your life where maybe someone let you down or someone betrayed you. Someone didn't come through for you in some type of way. And so you're trying to refocus on your abundance to do that. Also, I feel like for those of you who are trying to figure out a way to balance kind of your soul's calling with the ability to be, you know, comfortable from a material point of view, some of you have like a fear that it's not going to work out. Some of you have a fear of like success. And that's kind of weird to say when people are like fear of success, but it's true. Sometimes if you feel like it's not going to work out, or you're like afraid of failing, then it keeps you behind the line and you never get the chance to receive like all that you're supposed to be receiving or all that you're able to achieve in life. And it's like it's time to focus on the things you want to bring into your life, the abundance that you want, the path that you're supposed to be on, and not on whatever may have happened in the past, whether it's the recent past or far away past, or whatever could possibly happen going forward. Now I say that because the bottom of the deck was the Six of Cups, so some of you may be thinking about past situations where maybe you attempted to do something and it didn't work out. Or just situations where you were disappointed. And the recent disappointment you may have experienced is almost clouding your mind when you think about all of the good things you want to bring into your life. Which again, we have the bottom of the deck being the Mind card. And again, like all of the gears are spinning and all the space is filled in that picture. Because although you want the abundance, it's like you're getting flashes of potential negative things happening in the future, or your mind is being occupied by negative things or disappointments that have happened in the past or in the recent times. Okay, so what is this Five of Swords about? Queen of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck is the Star reversed. I really feel like there's some type of fear of failure thing going on for some Divine Feminine. There's a fear that you're not going to be able to be abundant by still doing spiritual things or still just following whatever your soul's path is. There's a fear that, you know, whatever's happened regarding work or career or friends, that you're not going to be over, or your Divine Masculine, that you're not going to be able to overcome that and get to all of your abundance. And the card that came out is the Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is, I keep getting self-manipulation. I'm not sure if that's even the right term, but there's like some Divine Feminine, you're really blocking yourself right now. You're really blocking yourself from being, you know, the best version of yourself by what you have fear of not working out in your favor. Bottom of the deck is the Judgment card. So you're needing to leave things behind, but it's like, it feels like a blockage going on here. So let's get another card to see like what this is about. So what is this abundance card about for the divine? Yeah, we have the Justice card in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like you want to receive abundance in your life, Divine Feminine, and you're thinking about the abundance, but at the same time, in your mind, it's like you have to be able to leave behind the past false starts. You have to be able to leave behind the past failures or disappointments and things that happen, and you can't keep thinking or viewing those past cycles as being able to repeat anymore, because they don't have to repeat. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So some of you are so focused on receiving abundance and happiness with your Divine Masculine, but it's like you thinking about receiving abundance with your Divine Masculine and then thinking about the past disappointments that have happened. It's almost like, not that it's remanifesting that, but you're not leaving space, you're not leaving those things behind, and leaving space for new chapters to really start. It's like you have to completely let go, and not from like, oh, I'm over it, I forgive them type of way, but you have to really like acknowledge how you feel and then release that. And then say, I'm ready for the new abundance to come in. I'm so ready for the new abundance that I'm not thinking about all of these past disappointments with my Divine Masculine, or with my job, or with, you know, not achieving a goal in the past, whatever it is. So I want to get a card here. So for some of you, this abundance that you're thinking about is like your soul work, your path in life. Others people, it's about wanting abundance and thinking about abundance and success with your Divine Masculine. This is abundance card about mindset. Headspace of the Divine Feminine. Five of Wands, strife. Like I said, there's strife here because, like I said, you're thinking about the abundance, but then you're still equally as much thinking about the past failure. So it's like, are you going to focus on the abundance that you want to bring in, or are you going to focus on the past failures? Because like I said, with the Mind card, your mind is being so occupied by too many things that don't make sense. So you have to be able to cut through this stuff and realize what's supposed to be on your mind, what you need to be focusing on. Because what is it phrase? Like, thoughts become, basically what you focus on mentally is what's going to come to you. Now, the bottom of the deck for that was the King of Swords. So like I said, you need to clear your mind, you need to live in your truth, you need to speak your truth, and not worry about possible things that are coming. Focus on the truth, focus on clarity of mind and clarity of action for the next steps for you. Definitely let me know in the comments if this resonates with what you've been feeling recently. So we have the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like this is advice to just keep going, to keep going. And I don't know if you probably can't see this very well, but in this card, it's this kind of wolf that's looking up, and it looks like it's howling, but it's looking towards a butterfly. So keep looking towards the change. Keep knowing that the change is happening. Don't get caught up in the emotions of this huge full moon in this picture. Don't let it bring you back to what happened in the past. Bottom of the deck is the peace card, Two of Swords. So you're needing to find your peace in this and make a decision regarding, you know, what am I going to focus on? And wow, underneath the Six of Cups is the Moon card. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments about this one. Okay, so the next card is the Heart Space of the Divine Feminine. So we have existence. So I feel like with this existence card, I just want to check something. I feel like with the existence card, Divine Feminine, you are living from your heart space for sure. You are starting to, I feel like, really look at your existence, your path in a different way. And I feel like that's why I was getting, you know, people focusing on their soul path, trying to figure out what it is with this abundance card from before. Because now you're like, you're becoming more and more open to your heart than you have before. Everyone's heart chakras are opening and you're realizing, you know, what your true kind of purpose is and why you're here, why you're in this world. So I feel like also you're feeling more reflective now that you are kind of opening up more to your intuition, to your higher self. You're becoming a bit more reflective. And you're trying to see things from a different perspective. And as you continue to do that, you feel like more calm from a sense. You feel more settled, more like, okay, this is my life, this is my path, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Kind of a new level of acceptance. I feel like there's a lot of, yeah, acceptance going on with this existence card. So let's get a card for this. But I also feel like if you haven't been in that kind of acceptance mode, that you're being asked to do so, that you're being asked to go within and think about things from a higher perspective, from a different perspective, and realize how your existence is magical. Your existence is a part of a larger plan. It's not just about, you know, whatever part of the world you're in that you're watching this. There's a higher meaning. Okay, and I have the Death card, change and transformation. So I feel like the more you realize how your existence is from a higher purpose, your existence is not an accident, and that you get to that level of acceptance of that, accepting what you're meant to do, accepting who you are, that's going to change your life. That's literally going to shift your perspective, shift your existence more onto the path where you're supposed to be. Now, the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So it's like I said, listening, being reflective, listening to your higher self, seeing what it needs to tell you and what it says. That's going to just shift your perception, shift how you go about things in your life. What is this Death card about? Yep, and look at that, the Sun. It's going to bring you more acceptance, more happiness, more contentness by knowing who you are truly, not who someone else wants you to be, not who you think you're supposed to be. This is like super, I don't know, like reflective and being your honest, true self. It's like stripping off all of the, like this person is naked in this card. She's naked sitting on this flower, just looking at the stars. So I feel like Divine Feminine, from your heart space, you're going down to the core. You're going into those deep wounds. You're going into your true feelings and just saying, let me see what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me see why I'm here. And then following that. And that's shifting your perspective. It's making things easier. It's almost like realizing, it's like that phrase, you don't know what you don't know. And I feel like you're realizing that you're realizing new things about your existence, about your path that you did not know. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands in reverse. And even though this is typically talks about like being unconfident or like going along with someone else, I feel like this is almost like a weird surrender that's happening that's bringing you greater enlightenment and knowledge. And I feel like even with recent videos, I've been getting comments from Divine Feminine who are saying, you know, that they are kind of, they're going through this energy of they're just kind of like a release, but not in a release where it's like, I don't care about anything anymore, but you're just seeing things from a different perspective, and that makes things easier to live your life. Because you're accepting your path is your path, and that you just need to listen to your intuition and listen to the guidance that you're receiving and not pretending like you know everything. And the card that I got that came out when I said releasing is the Moon reverse. So it's like you're releasing any preconceived notions. You're releasing things from your heart chakra, possible blocks that you've been going through, and saying, you know what, I need to just open myself up to everything that's in my heart and then see where my intuition, where my guides tell me to go from there. And it makes things so much easier. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. It takes you out of your own head. There's nothing to worry about when you release. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you, I feel like you are getting information about what are certain things you need to balance in your life, and specifically your soul path. Again, going back to that so much. I feel like some of you are getting ideas and inclinations about what your existence is about in terms of how you're supposed to be working, how you're supposed to be fulfilling that kind of inner purpose. Again, the higher meaning of your own existence. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. So I feel like, again, that's that new beginning, that new start when you realize, oh, this is the abundance I'm supposed to be going after. And interestingly, like in this card for the existence, we have all of these stars and a shooting star, and I feel like some Divine Feminine are realizing that things are different than they thought they were from their heart chakra. They're realizing that, I feel like some people are realizing their purpose, like I mentioned before. It's like when you open yourself up to the deepest, darkest parts of yourself, and you say, universe, just show me what I need to know, things change, and you realize what you need to do. What is this existence card about? The heart, space. Six of Swords, science. I feel like it's taking you to a new level. It's taking you to a new area by looking within, going within, and being open to whatever it is. I feel like a lot of people are having realizations about their twin as well, about their divine masculine, about who that is, if there is one. Because with this existence card, it's like someone, she's here looking at the stars, but someone else, you know, is also looking at the same stars from a different point of view, and their path may be similar or different. Their perspective may be similar or different. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. So like I said, it's propelling you forward by going in and doing this like inner work, by having these honest kind of conversations with yourself, with your guides, acknowledgments. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. It's bringing you wealth. It's bringing you understanding. It's grounding you into what you actually need to be giving your energy to. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups, disappointment. So yeah, you may have been disappointed. Some of you are being disappointed when you open yourself up to your heart and your guides and you see what they have to tell you, possibly regarding your twin. But others of you, you're just coming out of that disappointment and you're seeing where you need to ground yourself next. Okay, so I spent a long time on that. So let's go to the last card. This is going to be the action of the divine. Wow, yeah, the action of the divine feminine. Look at that, rebirth. That's an amazing picture. And that's definitely what's happening. That's what we were just talking about with this existence card. Like I said, this death card, things are changing. It opens things up. It makes it easier. You have these realizations. So divine feminine, you're making action to rebirth yourself. So let's see what this is about. Just moving my computer. Three of Wands. You're seeing, you're rebirthing yourself. You're rebranding yourself. You're figuring out what your next steps are again. So yeah, you've had a clouded mind. You've had this back and forth with abundance versus fear of success versus will to pass. Disappointments repeat itself. But you're going within, you're figuring out what you're supposed to be doing, and then you're going to be ready for this rebirth to happen. And you're looking out like, how am I going to reinvent myself? What is my next step now that I know that I am changing? Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. You're taking time to really figure this out because you now know like who and what you are. So you're ready to make some moves. What is this Three of Wands about? The Tower, like I said, this is, things are shifting. Things are being shaken up. Like I said, for some of you, you're having realizations about your divine masculine for sure. Maybe your divine masculine is not who you thought it was, or your divine masculine, yeah, it's not who you thought it was, or something happened with them. And I feel like a lot of people are, or not a lot of people, but some people are having realizations about like their own spiritual journey. So, I mean, I am a twin flame channel because I am a twin flame, and that is my focus. That's what I've been kind of called to be doing. But I feel like people are realizing like whatever their dynamic was with this person that they identified as their twin flame is that what it is, or it is something different? Is it that person, or is it somebody different? Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. So things are shifting for sure. But that's how rebirth happens, right? Judgment in reverse. So some people, as you're making these realizations and having these making these actions to make changes in your life, you may hold on a little bit too much to something in the past with this Judgment card. And I'm just going to, there. With this Judgment card in reverse, there may be something from the past that you're trying to hold on to who you don't need to be holding on to anymore. Or someone may be trying to hold on to you who you don't need to be connected to anymore. What is this Rebirth card about? Okay, the Empress, yeah. Divine Feminine, it's time to rebirth yourself as a Divine Feminine. It's okay to make changes. You need to make changes. And the way that this popped out on the Judgment card in reverse, it's like, if you are holding on to something or someone because of whatever notion or idea you have about them, or they are to you, you need to make sure to say, you know what, it's time for me to develop something new, to start my new chapter. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands in reverse. So some people are going to be delaying this new beginning, like I said, holding on to someone from the past. And underneath that's the Queen of Cups reversed, the Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords reversed, Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah, Six of Wands, the Hierophant reversed. So there may be someone who's holding on to a person, a situation that they need to let go of. You're not wanting to progress forward. Some of you are having realizations, but I definitely feel like it's some of you, it's about your divine masculine, or the person that you viewed as your divine masculine. You're having realizations about them, but you're not wanting to release them yet, even though you're needing to release them. Okay. That was a lot of cards. So what is this Tower card about? Ten of Wands, like I said, things are being shaken up. Some of you are maybe holding on to things that you don't need to hold on to anymore. You're still carrying these burdens. You're still being oppressed. Whether this is a mindset, a person, a perception, you're needing to release that. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. And this deck, it's completion. So it's like this cycle has been completed. So no matter who it's about, you're needing to let it go. You're needing to really let it go. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. We're here to start something new. And we have the Ace of Wands somewhere else in this reading. I think it's the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Prince of Swords. So you're needing to let it go. You're needing to cut through and just say, it's time for me to move on to the next thing. It's time for me to reinvent myself. Let's do it. So what is this Rebirth card about? So we have Seven of Wands, Valor. So some people are being just defensive about it, about the rebirth that needs to happen, but you need to just go with it and know you're going to be successful in reinventing yourself in whatever way that you're being shown you need to. King of Wands is the bottom of the deck, so you just need to go forward and do so. So that is your reading, Divine Feminine. I hope this was helpful. I'm really interested to see what's going on in the comments for if this resonates with you. If you're interested in a reading, the link to my website's in the description. I think, sorry, let me just finish my other thought. Website's in the description, 2% off all of my readings for the remainder of September. I think I'm going to do a live stream tonight. I will make a separate video, like a thing so it's scheduled. I think I'm going to do it by zodiac sign, but definitely come join if you can, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.